Hi everybody, it's M.Boll here. Now this is our new topic. This is our geography unit, the second one that we've done this year. So we've finished the first unit, Our World, and you've all done really well on that one. And now we're on to the second geography unit and the last unit for year 4, which is all about the Americas. Now I'm sure you know that there are 2 continents which have the word America in them. So there's North America, just over here, and there's also South America, and we're looking at both in this unit. So we're going to start with North America. Of course, North America is not a country, it's a continent, and I know that you know the difference. So if you have a look here, it's going to be the first week we're looking at some of the major cities in North America, and this is the area that we'll be looking at first. Next week we'll be looking at this area, South America, and this week North America. Now, obviously, people often think America is just the country of the USA, United States of America, but it isn't. So get yourself used to the idea of thinking about North America having lots of different countries in it. And today we're going to be looking at that a little bit and looking at the major cities. Okay, off we go. So in this lesson, we've got used to using already a 4-point compass. Never eat shredded wheat, north, east, south and west. And today we're going to develop that and expand it to being able to use an 8-point compass. I'll tell you what that is in a minute. We're going to use Google Earth in this lesson. You actually could do the tasks without Google Earth if you want to. You could use an atlas or a map that you might have at home or a globe. I think you'll probably enjoy doing it on Google Earth if it's possible for you to do that. And you're going to locate cities in the continents of North America. Right. Now we're going to start with Denver. I'll tell you why we're choosing Denver, which is a big city in America. I'm going to tell you why when we're looking at a map of the whole of the United States. And we're going to, you'll notice here that it's in the country, the USA, but it's not the continent. It's called North America, and we're going to use a map or Google Earth. We're going to then use Denver as a base to go traveling around the continent of North America. Which cities are to the north, which cities are to the northeast, east, etc. And then we're going to record them all on a sheet. There's 2 ways of doing the sheet. You can print it from our website, but I know some people have had a bit of problem with printers, so I've got another way of doing it if your printer's not working. So don't worry about that. Here we are. Right, this is North America, the continent. Now, as a little challenge, I'll give you a few seconds to name at least 3, so you can do more would be great, at least 3 countries that are in North America. Okay, off we go. Right, well done. I expect you did get at least 3, and you might have got more. Before we look at what those countries are that are in North America, let's just link where this picture is taken from with us, because you might have noticed in this corner, this is actually the UK. And here we are, and the reason why it looks a bit different is because the photograph's taken to focus on this part of the world, and therefore it looks we're actually a little bit lopsided from that direction. Okay, so that's us here in the UK. That also helps you to see how the UK is actually quite a bit smaller than some of the countries in this continent. Okay, now let's see how you got on with your naming countries in the continent. Right, I'm sure you got this one. The USA, United States of America. So it's actually right in the middle of North America, the continent. Okay, so USA. I'm sure you got that. Now here's Canada. So I'm thinking that you would have got that one as well. And can you just quickly say whether Canada, which direction is it on the compass from the United States? Call it out loud. Well done. It's north. Now, you know that on maps, north is the top of the map. Okay, so maps are nearly always set up so that north is the top, and so you can go upwards, you're going north, and if you go downwards, you're going south. Now, something to bear in mind about the USA is this is a little bit unusual because this is actually the USA as well. So that's why there's this line here. This area here actually used to belong to Canada, but they sold it. They probably regret doing that now because people have discovered oil up here. But anyway, they sold it to the USA, and this is one of the states of America. It's called Alaska. It's often cold and wintry up there, and we looked at it. We have looked at it a little bit before, but there we are. That's actually the USA. So don't forget that. The USA is here and also there. Now, underneath, when you go south of the USA, a very big country, which actually a little show off here. I've actually been there last summer, and I expect you might have got this one. This is Mexico. And there's also lots of other places in the North American continent. Okay, we're not going to go through every single one. As you can see, there are loads and loads of islands here. Okay, and this is a whole area of islands, a very nice area. It's called the Caribbean. Among that area, for example, one of the islands is Cuba, which you might well have heard of, and Jamaica, etc. Lots of other islands in this area. And here, if you notice, they're not none of them as big as Mexico, but there's lots of other small countries. A couple of examples here: Guatemala, Venezuela, and there are various other countries down there. So here is the continent of North America. What about this bit? That bit you may already know is Greenland. Okay. Now, although it's a really big area, there aren't many people that live there because, as you can see, it's nearly all of it is snow and ice. Okay, right, off we go. Right, reminder about the compass. So I'm sure that you can do the points of the compass, northeast, southwest. Okay, never treaded weak, good way to remember it. Now this gives us what we call a 4-point compass. Now let's just make this a little bit more sophisticated this week. We're going to start talking about the 8-point compass. Now the red needle on a compass is the one that points to the north, okay? And so this one, if you were on a bearing, you wouldn't be heading north on this bearing. You'd actually be going in between north and east. And I think you probably already know, but can you call it out? Which direction is it that's halfway between north and east? What do we call it? Okay, and I think you would have got that, northeast. And it's actually the same, it's logical order, in between east and south, in between north and west, and in between south and west. So they are all that direction. Down here in the bottom right is southeast, we've got southwest, and then northwest. So that gives us a total of 8 points now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 4 that I've just added in around there. So you've got an 8-point compass. So you're going to use an 8-point compass as the skills of saying where things are in which direction today. But now, because a lot of the major cities in the North American continent are in the United States, I'm giving you a little bit of help here, and I've got a map here of all the states that are in the United States. Now, it's not really white here. This is actually Mexico, okay, down here, and this is actually Canada. But to make it easy to see the United States, these are on this map, okay? Over here is Alaska because it's difficult on maps to get that in because it's right the way up there. So they often have it separated out. It's actually far in the north. And the other state that's like that is Hawaii, which you might have heard of. Now, it's difficult to fit that in properly on a map because it's way over here in the Pacific Ocean. So they often have these two states separated out on a map like that. Okay, now today we're going to choose the city of Denver, which is in the state of Colorado, because it's near enough in the middle, okay, of the United States. And then we're going to challenge ourselves to be able to say which cities are to the north, which cities are to the northwest, which cities are to the east, etc., all the way around the compass, the 8-point compass. We're going to start with, is Denver, we're going to start with working out, using our compass, the way to a city that's near, not exactly south, but near enough exactly south. It's called Albuquerque, which is in New Mexico. Then we're going to work our way across to the west to go to Phoenix, which is in Arizona. And I'm going to show you in a minute how to do that on Google Earth. Okay, so for this bit, I think you'll enjoy doing it on Google Earth. I'm going to come off the slides for a second while I show you. Here's Google Earth. Now, the first thing we've got to do, I know you can all use Google Earth because you proved that on the last unit, so that's brilliant. The first thing we're going to do is click this button, which is called the map style. All right, so map style, if it's not clicked, your Google Earth will look like this. And when you click it, then you go in to choose what type of map you're going to have. And what you want to choose is customized. because something that can be a bit confusing and can be difficult is if you have the clouds. So you're going to untick the clouds so you don't have them, but you do want the borders, the places, the roads, the landmarks, and the water. Okay, so that's what you do to get the map style that will allow you to find all the places we're going to find today. And for this exercise, we don't need the grid lines on. And if your computer's like mine, when I turned it on, it had the grid lines on because that's what we were using last time. So you're going to go down here and turn them off. Right, that's the latitude and longitude grid lines, that's what that means. So now we're going to get rid of that bit. There we go. Right, now you'll notice this. Yours might look the same as this because there's the little blue dot which shows my location. So it shows here we are in the United Kingdom and we're right down in the south in Borden. As you remember, if you want to go to your location, you click this one. Okay, and if you want to come out, you click this one. And then if you just click anywhere on the map with your mouse when you're far enough out, okay, and then you can just adjust it a little bit with these zooming buttons. Okay, so I've already got Denver loaded up here, and I want to go to Denver. Now you won't have Denver loaded up yet, so you're going to put in a search for it. Okay, so here we go. My most recent search was Albuquerque, but we're going to put Denver back in. And it will say, look, CO, that's short for Colorado, a city in the USA. Now we're going to fly to Denver. And there we go. It's already marked on mine because I did this earlier. And I'm going to click on the mouse and try and stop us going in too close because I don't need to see every single street and building in Denver. So I'd actually like to come out again a little bit from here because I've actually lost track of where we are in the United States. So to come out a little bit from here, this is what you do. You just click this one. So you've just got a little box here. And then you can come back out again using, that's the wrong one, using the subtraction button. There we go. Keep doing that. Now, or if that's too slow, you just click the globe and you'll come out until you stop it. That's about right. Now, that's a brilliant view because here I can see all the states of America. And if you use my map that I've put onto this video, the one we were looking at, this is going to help you find all these cities, yes? Because I've given you, on your task, you'll see that I've given you all of the states. Okay? So here, now, here's Denver, nearly right in the middle of the United States. And then, this is what I want to do this time, which we didn't do last time. We're going to create a project. So here we go, we go in here. I've already created mine. I've called it the Cities of North America. That's what you're going to call it as well. But just imagine it's you, okay, and you haven't created one yet. You create a project. Here you go. Create project in Google Drive. There we go. And then you give your project a title. Okay, so we can call it Cities in North America, like I did. Okay, okay, and you don't need a description. And then, because I've already got this, I better call it Cities in North America too, otherwise it's going to be a bit confused. And now I've got a new project. Okay, and then I can put Denver. If I click on here, there we go. Add to project. Okay, so I'm clicking on it. Do I want to put it in? Here we go. I'm going to put it in this project. Yes. Cities in North America. And then you'll get a little yellowy marker on Denver, which is going to help you find all the other cities. So we're flying in much too close again. Don't worry about that. So we'll just come back out. We're much too close. Off we go. And click it when you're ready. About there. There we are. So if you do that, if you make a project, you'll be able to have Denver marked with a little marker like that on your Google Earth. And that's going to help you know if another city is south or west or east or north, etc. We'll put this in here. Right, now I've already got a little marker on Albuquerque. So as you can see, it's basically to the south. Okay, it's a tiny bit west of south, yeah, to go to Albuquerque, which is in New Mexico. But a city that I haven't got a marker for yet, is not in my project, is Phoenix, Arizona. So we're going to go there next, which is what you could be doing the same as this later on when you've understood how to do it. Phoenix, and it will come up. There we go, AZ, short for Arizona. So that's where we're going. So we're going to fly off to Phoenix, Arizona. Now I'm going to stop it there if I can. I don't need to go in really close. You can see that it's to the west. It's a little bit south of west. So I'm going to say we can just call that west. From Albuquerque to Phoenix. Remember what we did last time? Just go through it again. Add to project. I'm going to add it to my project. And then I get the little marker. It also wants to fly in again, so I'm going to stop that because I don't need to go in really close. For some projects you do. There we go. So stop it by clicking the globe, and then you can come back to a more of an overview of the whole United States. Okay, so that's how you do it on Google Earth. And if you do have any problems with any of that, you can email me and I'll give you some advice, okay, if anything's going wrong, because I want you to be able to do it. It's a really great thing to be able to use. Right, back to the slides. So here we've found already Denver, Albuquerque, and Phoenix. Okay, so we're going to move on. Right, we've just got to click through this, see this. Denver, Albuquerque, and Phoenix. Right. Now, the task sheet that I've put on the website looks exactly the same as this. And your task is to find some of the cities of the North American continent. A lot of them are in the USA, which is here. There's the border. That's the northern border. Here's the southern border. Of course, Mexico City is a massive city, and it's about there. Okay, where my arrow is. And then you've also got some cities which are north of the border. So they're in Canada. There's one. There's two. But remember, the trick is that's not Canada. That's in Alaska. That's right up there in the part of this area which actually also belongs to the United States. Right, now, we've already found Denver. So when you find it on your sheet, we're going to write it in here. Here it is. It's a dotted line because we're using that as our starting point right in the middle of the US. And we're going to use the compass points to find all the other cities from Denver. Okay, so we mark that in there. Now we've already found Albuquerque. Okay, and Albuquerque is actually this one. And then we went to Phoenix, which is there. So I put Albuquerque first, because it was the first one from Denver. And then I put Phoenix, because it was the second one. So that's what you do with everything. So down here, when you go southwest, we're going to work out what this city is. Little clue, they have lots and lots of gambling there. And then you're going to go a little bit further southwest to this city. Okay, and then the first city, whatever you think that might be, goes there, and the second city goes there. Okay, right, and it's the same with all of them, except here there are three. So you're going to go here first, so that one goes in the top, then you go here, goes in the middle, and this one right down there. Clue for this one, some of the best music in the world, including music, my hero Louis Armstrong, he was born there, right there in that city. Right, now, here are the cities in the United States that I want you to find. Okay, now, we've done this one, so you can tick that off. And we've also done Phoenix, which is, we'll tick that off as well. I've given you the state that each city is in America. Okay, so what you can do is when you're doing this, you get your Google Earth open, you have your sheet in front of you, and then you go back to the part of this video which has the map of the US with all the states. I'm just going to show you that. There it is. And then you'll be able to find all these cities and be looking for them, yeah? And then you type in the name of the cities into, make sure you get the typing right, otherwise your Google Earth will take you to the wrong place. Okay? And then usually it'll give you the state, it'll just give you a couple of letters. Do you remember like we had AZ for Arizona? So you'll know it's the right one. So those cities in the United States, you're going to find them on Google Earth, and then you're going to fill them in on your sheet. Okay, and I've got a different way for you to do this if your printer's not working, which I'll show you in a minute. And then some of the cities are in Canada. So those are the Canadian ones. All right, cool. So just a reminder, my suggestion is you get Google Earth open, change the map style from the way we had it for the last topic, because we're doing something different now. Then you type in the names of these cities. You fly there, but not too close. And then you work out which direction it is from Denver. And then when you found them, you put them all in here, in the right places. You can do them in pencil first if you want to, and then you can change it later if you change your mind. Right. Now, here's a way for you to do it if your printer's not working or you've run out of ink or anything like that. So, you draw yourself a picture. Now, this is my picture, and this took me about 3 minutes. I've put some seeing around the side. It's not a work of art, but we're not doing art at the moment, we're doing geography. Then I'm going to put in Denver, which is right in the middle. So, there's my Denver. Now I'm going to look for all the other cities on Google Earth and just mark them in where they are. Okay, and that will be just as good. Then you can send me a photograph of that when you're finished. Okay, right, well done everybody, and good luck, and I'll see you soon.